You're watching or listening to The Looking Forward Show on PhillyCam, WPPM LP, Philadelphia, 106.5 FM, or PhillyCam TV. You can also see us live streaming on Xfinity 66 and 966, on Bios TV 29 and 30, on Roku, Apple TV, and Facebook, as well as our YouTube channel. And now, here's your host, Jeffrey Abramowitz.
Show. And we're here at the Mural Arts on Spring Garden Street. I'm so excited to be here. Jeff Abramowitz here. We're here at Looking Forward Show. You're listening to PhillyCam Radio at WPPM LP, Philadelphia 106.5, and you can see us live right now on PhillyCam. We're live streaming on Xfinity 66, 966, on Bios TV 2930, on Roku, Apple TV, and our Looking Forward YouTube station. I'm really excited about the show today. It's been 2 weeks since we've been on air, and Looking Forward is celebrating a really special event today and this whole month. This is for, if you guys remember, last year we celebrated PPM Fest, which is Philadelphia PhillyCam Power Media Fest, and it's every month. In October, we have it, and we're here with a great audience from our Mural Arts family are in the room with me. They're in the house. They're going to get to meet them all today, but it's building community power is what this is all about. And PhillyCam does this every year. It's really to highlight the awesomeness of PhillyCam and the PhillyCam work that's being done behind the scenes. So you should know a little bit about PhillyCam because every week we're on and we talk about looking forward and the justice space and the work we're doing, bringing justice and community together. But we really don't talk about what prompted it all. And it was about over 4 years ago that I was given an opportunity to come into a studio. Never been in a studio before, and sat down and said, you know what, I think we need to get some things on the airways and get people noticing what's happening in our communities across Philadelphia and the area, and then be able to podcast it across the country. And PhillyCam gave us that venue. PhillyCam is a community media center that operates by the city of Philadelphia and their public access television. It's a license holder of low power FM radio station WPPM 106.5, where we air our show, and it also goes through the PhillyCam network, which allows us to be on both live television as well as on the radio. It provides this transformative opportunities for people in Philadelphia and communities to express themselves, to show, learn from each other, to express ideas, to produce and share media. And it's been an incredible ride for us going on our 4th year of the show. I'm really proud of the Looking Forward Show and really excited about being able to share the awesomeness of our guests. And so I'm excited about that today. We are here at PhillyCam. We're here at Mural Arts today. We're going to be sharing a lot of the mural arts story that's happening in Philadelphia. I was just mentioning to some of our guests that you're going to hear on today that when I first came home from incarceration, it's been 7 years, that one of the things that was most impactful for me while I was away was the ability to connect with art and to not have a stitch of art in my body. I couldn't crayon within the lines, and that was okay because there were some men that I was with that sat me down and said, you know what, Chuck, you got to give this a shot. So they handed me some paints and some paintbrushes, and the first few attempts were pretty bad. But after that, I started getting the hang of it, and it wasn't even what I was doing that was significant. It was that I was spending time away and in myself got to think and reflect, and art's got that amazing ability. So we're gonna be exploring art and the great things that Mural Arts does in Philadelphia. You're gonna meet some of their rock stars, and I'm really excited about some of the people that are gonna be on today, and some people that have gone through the justice journey, and we're gonna be exploring what they want you to know. So this show is all about giving them voice. So the people that are in the audience get thinking about what you're going to be saying today, but we really want to know what is it that you want our community to know, not only about mural arts and arts in general, but also about your journeys. What's important to you? What do you want our city to know as we battle and struggle with some issues? So we're excited to hear from everybody. But before that, I want to take a real quick break because I want you to hear a little bit about PPM Fest, how you can get some information and all the great programming this week. So stay tuned. It's actually for the entire month of October. Take a listen to this.
Listen up. People Power Media Fest is back again this October. For 2022, we're focusing on how our members are building community power. Philly Cam is bringing you a month of community programming featuring special workshops and panel discussions on cable, radio, and online. Join us again to celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day, Free Speech Week, Community Media Day, Media Literacy Week, and so much more. Tune in on Xfinity 66966, FiOS 2930, WPPM 106.5 FM, and ppmfest.org. As we highlight and share the work of local media makers, we hope it ignites storytelling from neighbors and inspires folks to connect with each other. It's People Power Media Fest from Philly Cam, all October long. For the schedule and more information, check out ppmfest.org.
That's what it's all about, PPM Fest. So I'm here with my friend Rashida Bagwell. How are you, Rashida?
I'm good, Jeff. How are you?
All right, let's get your volume up a little bit. Can you give me a test there? Make sure we're good.
Can you hear me?
Not really, but that's okay. There you go. Do it again.
You can hear me now?
We can hear you.
Okay.
How about that?
I'm good.
There you go. You're good now. So Rashida, first of all, tell us what you do for Mural Arts and how you got here.
Well, I'm the re-entry coordinator for Mural Arts. I got here because I got tired of being told no after I came home. I was convicted of 3 A1 drug felonies, so I went from looking very well on paper, resume, good job, and then I was incarcerated. I came home with 32 months of state probation, Montgomery County probation, that I had to walk off. So I would get the job interviews, I would get in the room, and then as soon as they saw my record or I divulged to them that I had done time, it was always, oh, we'll call you, we'll keep something, in mind open for you. So I actually contacted DeJuan Williams and Ricky Duncan because I wanted to be a volunteer with their organization, with NOMO. DeJuan asked me to come down and just speak to his group at Mural Arts the following morning, just telling my story to the men and the women in the Guild program. When I came down, I did that. And here I am about 2 years later, sitting here doing a podcast with you because I started volunteering, and the rest is just history.
That's great. Yeah, you can give her that. You can give her a little bit of that. So that's an incredible story. DeJuan, we're going to hear from him in a minute. He's going to be our next guest up on. So tell me, what attracted you to Mural Arts?
What attracted me to Mural Arts was the work that they were doing in the Restorative Justice Department. I'm not going to lie, I really wasn't big into art. I didn't really know too much about it. Like you said, I knew I like clothes. I knew I like music. So, that's art. I like getting my hair done. But other than that, I really didn't know too much. But being in the room and just watching them actually help to transform lives of people like me and the people that I've grown up around and come to love, I thought that it was just something that I wanted to be a part of, and not just be a part of it. I wanted to help make change. I wanted to help change lives. I've been incarcerated. Of my 3 children, both of their fathers have suffered incarceration. My son's father is actually doing life sentence.
Wow.
So it wasn't just about me wanting to help the people that it had affected directly, the ones that it affects indirectly, the family members, the mothers of these children, of the men that are incarcerated, the aunts, the uncles. Yeah, I wanted to be a part of it.
It's a family thing, people don't understand, but when mom or dad go away, it's everybody that actually spends some time away, right? Because
Absolutely.
They're all impacted by it.
It's doing time on the street.
It is. So there's an energy that happens when I walk into this building. We're over here at Spring Garden Street, and I walk in here, and actually walking in, and some people said, "Mr. A, you here for the podcast?" I said, "Yeah, we're here for the show," and came up here today, and there's an excitement that just happens on a normal basis. I was here the other day as well. I was just so impressed by the energy that you have, your staff has, but more importantly, the young people have in this room. They're just here and they're charged up. They want to learn. They want to figure out where the next steps are going to be. How do you? And you're just energy. You and Juan are just energy. But how do you keep it up? How do you what gets you motivated when you walk in here?
I'm driven by being somebody that was an underdog, by being somebody that was counted out. So every one of these people in the room, somebody once told them that they couldn't, that they wouldn't, that they shouldn't, and that they never would again. So that's who I root for. I don't root for the people that's already at the top. I root for the ones that's trying to get there. Like one day I want one of these women to be sitting in the seat that I'm in. I didn't come to do this to stay here. I came to pave the way and open up doors. So that's what drives me every day. Like I always like being in the mix. So now I'm in the mix legally. Instead of doing it, I'm putting that same negative, illegal energy into something positive and legal now.
It's just remarkable. So what is it that you'd like Philadelphians to know about the journey that you were on?
I would like them to know that if you close the door on me, I always say this, I'm coming to your back door. You lock the back door, I'm climbing through your window. You close the windows on me, I'm coming down the chimney. No chimney, I'm coming through your vents. That's just how I go. I'm going to get in, not where I fit in, where I want to be. I make a lane for myself. And by making that lane, I want to open up other lanes for everybody else. That's what I need them to know, that just because a person made a decision, because it's not always about a mistake. Some of us just made bad decisions, but if everybody is as worse or should be deemed a menace for their bad decisions, then we all would have time on our back if we did that.
Yeah, I always say, my thought is it's all about choices, right? We all make choices in life. They're always not so great, but it's not really about the choices we make. It's really about the lessons we learn from them.
Right.
And that's what it comes down to. As I drive around the city, there probably isn't any distance I can travel without seeing a mural somewhere. What do you feel when you see those murals throughout the city? There's thousands of them.
I feel a sense of pride about it, but the murals that I think are the most dope that mural artists has ever done are the ones that were done by the men in Greater Foot Prison. I think those are the best. I mean, I'm not going to say anybody. It's easy enough to get a few artists and some painters, people that are out on the street to, do some things. But for those men to be able to do something behind that wall that's now tangible for their family and friends to be able to touch, or for them to actually come out one day and be able to touch, I think that that's amazing. That's dope. So those are the best ones to me.
Yeah.
Because that's really where it started.
Yeah, it really does. So how's it been going for you? You came back. You're obviously on a pathway to tremendous success because you're working at a great organization. You're helping a lot of people. What's down the road for you? Where would you like to live?
God willing, down the road for me, I would like to have an organization one day for women that are survivors of domestic abuse and trauma, because that's part of my background as well.
So I think that deserves a little and it is, those are the issues that we often don't talk enough about, and we don't do enough about. We really need to get down and get dirty and meet with people and really provide support for women that come home that have gone through that trauma. And there's not a lot out there right now. There's some good organizations, not enough of them, right? And not enough funding to go around to help support some of that stuff.
Yeah, it's not enough organizations out there because the women are overlooked, because everybody looks at us, oh, we're strong. Women, particularly Black women, we're supposed to be able to handle everything that comes at us without complaining, without any support, because that's just what we're supposed to be able to do. But I say all the time, you have, 22 or 23 institutions in the state of Pennsylvania for men. There are only 2 for women. So the amount of women that are coming home versus the amount of men are coming home, we have so many programs for men and opportunities for men. We don't have them for women. Women are the backbone of the community, whether people want to admit that or not. We are the mothers, we are the aunts, we are the grandmothers, we are the sisters, we are the caretakers. We are the ones that are raising these children. I think a big part of the reason why the crime rate in Philadelphia is so high now is because the men are locked up, they're jobless, they're abusing drugs, they have no guidance, and then the women don't have anything to do. I mean, I know why I did what I did. It came from a sense of me not wanting to have my children want for anything, and I wanted them to have more. So I took risks, and I said, I'm going to get this money, and I'm going to get this by any means necessary to take care of my children, because I didn't have any fathers to fall back on. Both my 3 children, 2 fathers are incarcerated. I wasn't going to be broke for anybody, so I took risks. Then I get incarcerated. But I had to pay rent, I had to pay bills, I had to buy school clothes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had to do everything from prison.
Yeah, that's just, it's an amazing story. Congratulations on your journey. I will tell you, we are so far behind in our country in the way we work with women behind the walls. It's crazy. Like the fact that we're now just passing legislation that says when a woman gives birth that they don't have to be
shackled to the bed.
You know,
yeah, I think that's deplorable. It's disgusting to ask a woman. I've given birth 3 times. So, I mean, anybody that's given birth or seen it knows nobody's getting up and running away
exactly
from anything. Like to have a woman shackled, like first of all, you're already being punished. The fact that you have to give birth with a CO standing in the room. It's a complete stranger. And your legs are cocked wide open, you have to give birth. So that's demeaning. It's humiliating, inhumane, and then they want to shackle you to the bed.
So we're hoping that Rashida, that you're going to change all that.
Oh, I'm working on it.
I know you are. And it's going to start with legislation. It's going to start with good programming, but it really starts here in Mural Arts with the young people that walk into this building and the work that you're doing. Congratulations for everything on your journey. You are a remarkable person. You've got a remarkable story. But the work you're doing is priceless.
Thank you.
You're affecting so many people across the board. And so I'm proud to say you're a friend, and look forward to much more that's going to be ahead. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. But we're going to have our next guest come up, and we're moving along. You're listening to Looking Forward Show, and we're here at WPPM 106.5 FM in Philly Cam. We're live streaming. We'll be right back.
You're watching or listening to The Looking Forward Show on PhillyCam, WPPM LP, Philadelphia, 106.5 FM, or PhillyCam TV. You can also see us live streaming on Xfinity 66 and 966, on Bios TV 29 and 30, on Roku, Apple TV, and Facebook, as well as our YouTube channel. And now, here's your host, Jeffrey Abramowitz.
Power PPM Fest at WPPM 106.5 in Philly Cam. We're at Philly Cam, and this is the Looking Forward Show. You can see us now live. We're live streaming on Xfinity 66 966, on Bios TV 2930, Roku, Apple TV, and our YouTube channel, Looking Forward Show. And I'm here with Juwan Williams. How are you?
Great, Jeff. Thanks for having me. How you doing today?
So wait a second. He's got to be taking over my show, because with that voice, he's got that deep radio voice. I love it. How are you?
I'm great.
So first of all, why don't you tell our audience what you do, a little bit about yourself?
My name is Dawan Williams. I'm a community activist here in Philadelphia. I serve as the Vice President of Restorative Justice for the No More Foundation, and also as one of the program managers for the rec crew here at Mural Arts Philly in our reentry program.
So, and anyone in this room, you disagree with me, let me know. But this guy just has energy. He's got energy just comes out of him everywhere he goes. He walks into a room, you light it up between the smile and the passion. But tell us a little about you. Grew up in Philly?
Yes, I did, in North Philly, to be particular. We moved to Southwest Philly back in the 90s. And I had the same life that, a lot of people growing up and what we see today have. And some things happened, and it caused me to, change my whole outlook on life. So anybody that comes into up under my tutelage, I'm giving them what I wish I had.
So give it to me. What's the secret sauce? I know where it happened to me. So when it happened to me, it was when the judge's gavel struck wood, and 2 officers came up from behind me. They took off my wedding band. They took off my watch. They took my tie off my shoelaces, and they escorted me out of the courtroom. And it was when I was sitting in the back in a holding cell, just butt naked, waiting for a uniform to come in, that I began to really think about just life, everything. Was there a point in time for you where you just said, you know what, it never happened again? I'm going to figure this out.
So it happened for me inside the walls of SCI Graterford Prison. I served 10 years, 6 days, 12 hours, 37 minutes, and 13 seconds straight. I've been home now for 8 years straight. Last week on Thursday. So that's major, because, and the reason why I celebrate that, and I'm so adamant about that every year, because you don't get too many people in our community, in the returning citizen community, period, that come home and you know, just do something consistent and you know what I mean, not have any run-ins. So I pride myself on that, and I'm gonna continue to blow the horn on that.
No, I love it.
Until I leave here.
Congratulations, man. You're just doing some great work. And it's hard, you know, coming back there.
It's not hard though. I gotta stop you. It's not hard. I made a choice.
Yep.
It's not hard. It's easy to do the right thing, because all these people you see sitting in this room right now, they have an opportunity. And when you have an opportunity, you have a choice that has to be made. Either I can do wrong or I can do right. So for me, it's easy. It's either you want to go, like you said, you want to be stripped down in the cell. You want to be naked, you know, with these people telling you what to do. Or for me personally, I love my freedom every day. You know, I like eating steak and shrimp and all of that kind of stuff. I don't like the food that they serve in prison. So for me, my choice is easy.
Yeah, and I think it is. I think for men, the choice is easy. And what I was going to say was that it's hard when society throws a lot of barriers at you, and time again, they shut those doors, and we keep opening them. You know what? Because we're going to shut them, and I'm going to open them back up. Just like, you know, and that's part of the journey, is figuring it all out. And I'm being intentional about it, and knowing that, you know, there's a great saying I live by every day, that the worst day on the outside is better than my best day on the inside.
And let me say this too, Jeff, you know, for just for whatever it's worth. Understand the concept and what it was, you know, that you was getting ready to say, right? But at the end of the day, we got to make better choices. We're in 2022. I got out of prison in 2014. And the resources that's available now to not only people getting out of prison, but just people that need the help now compared to what it was back then, we got to stop making excuses, get off our backsides and go get it, because it's here.
That, and they are there, and that's one of the reasons I do the work I do. And one of the reasons the reasons you do your work is because we need to let people know that we're there. And we're going to be meeting a guest in a little while that reached out when he came home and found those resources. But there's a lot of people that don't know, and shame on them, because they're there, they're right in front of them, and if they just search a little bit. But I want to make it even easier for them. I want to put it right in front of them, so that they know this is where you go. If you want a carpentry job, you want to go back to trade school, if you want whatever, you need a driver's license, social security card, there's people that will help you. And they're all throughout Philadelphia. There's some great reentry programs, even through the Philadelphia Reentry Coalition, where everybody's kind of working together, putting the pieces together. So tell me a little bit about NOMO and what it does.
So NOMO is an acronym for New Options, More Opportunities, right? Shout out to my brother, Ricky Duncan. The general, the floor general, he always out making, you know, I barely even see him anymore. I seen him a few days ago at a get together. But, you know, as we continue to grow, as we continue to do the work in Philadelphia that affects everybody, you know, we see each other less and less. But that's my brother. You know, he's been there with me every step of the way since we left Greatest Ford, and it's been 8 years strong. We're going to continue to do what we need to do to continue to service our people. Now, NOMO is a early intervention prevention program for youth in Philadelphia. Okay,
so that needs a little bit of applause there, because if there's anything that our city needs right now, and our country, we're not alone. This isn't just Philadelphia. This is across the country. If there's anything that we need right now, it's that kind of programming for our young people. So tell us a little, how does it work?
So for the youth in Philadelphia, ages we go from 12 all the way up to 26 years old. So it's no excuse for nobody. Get off the streets. We have everything to offer. Financial literacy, music classes, trauma-informed care. We do trips on the weekend. We have a cooking class, a culinary arts. There's so much stuff that we have to offer. I really can't think of. We have a barber school, which is right downstairs, right out back. Shout out to Final Touch Barber Academy. Mr. Ron, he sees our kids every Thursday. They get barbering skills, barber license. The beauty school we deal with. What is that on Girard Avenue? I forget, but we have so many services for the youth, for you to become successful, intentional. But we need the community to push the youth in the right direction.
So
we need the household, we need the families, we need the community, we need the men, the women to say, yo, you need to be. I'm gonna give you a story, a quick story.
Sure.
This morning during our restorative justice program, the rec crew, we was in a rec center somewhere in Philadelphia, right? That we're going to keep nameless for now.
Okay.
and one of our newest members who just came home, by the way, from a decade in prison, right? Give him a round of applause, y'all. He just Dame did 25. You know, Dre right here, he just came home from 10 on his last one. But today we were in the park and we get ready to get started, and he noticed one of the young men. He recognized one of the young men, and he's like, "Yo, what are you doing? You're supposed to be in school." You understand what I'm saying? So that's community. That's the village, because you have the return of the missing men, the people who are not afraid to approach the children, who are not afraid to go and get the people and say, "Hey, this is where the resources is at. You're supposed to be in school. You're supposed to be at work. You're supposed to be a functional individual." So I just wanted to tell that quick story real quick. We need the community to push other community members in the direction of the resources.
We do, and we have to remember, for everyone that's in their offices in Center City and in their big offices, that they got to get down on the street and see what's going on. They got to walk Philadelphia. They got to talk to you guys. They got to actually see and smell it, because there's great work being done here in the city, and really making change happen is what it's all about. DeJuan, you were, I saw you Saturday, and I had spoke at an event earlier at Community Forgiveness and Restoration. I want to give them a shout out. Had a bunch of people just came home. They had an event.
Shout out to Florence Penny McDonald and
go.
Pastor Anderson and Community Forgiveness and Restoration. They've been our partners. Miss Florence Penny McDonald been on the ground since we were inside of Graterford Prison, when she was bringing my son and our children up to the prison through the FACT program, which is one of the foundations in which NOMO, everything you see here today, was started.
It's pretty awesome, and I've been on their board, so it's interesting because they were doing a program, and I got to spend some time with my friend Suave Gonzalez.
Shout out to Suave.
Suave is great. And then I'm driving back, and I remember you saying, we got some stuff going on at Cecil B. Moore on Saturday, and I'm driving by, and sure enough, right under that underpass, slammed on my brakes, pulled over the car, and got out. And what are you doing? They're not painting; they're cleaning up the neighborhood.
Because if we don't take care of where we live, who's going to do it?
Yeah.
No, I need an answer for that. If the people in this room right here, right now, if we don't take care of the community outside the door where we live here, who's going to do it?
No one.
Nobody.
No one.
Nobody will do it. So that's why, whether it's a Saturday, a Sunday, a Monday, a night day, or whatever day, when duty calls, we answer. And that's the definition of commitment and people who love you and care about you. There's no days off under these foundations, under these umbrellas. And that's what we want the people to understand.
And I want them to understand that they're great programs like Mural Arts. And we think of Mural Arts and we think of these murals. Beautiful murals are all over the city, and the meaning and passion that go behind them. But it's so much more than that. It's the
so much
programming
more
that's going on.
And not to cut you off, Mural Arts have been single-handedly, and I'm only going to speak for the last 8 years of myself being here. I'm not going to even take a dive into the amazing work that Jane Golden has done over the last 4 years with touching plenty families and helping people have different alternatives to going to prison and things of that nature. But what I want to say is, for the last 8 years here in the world of restorative justice in Philadelphia, Mural Arts Restorative Justice Program has been on the front line with providing jobs, opportunities, housing, school, anything else I'm missing, y'all, please feel free to shout it out from the back. And they've been on the front line. There's hundreds, probably close to 1,000 kids on my watch since I've been here that came through this program. And just this weekend, the story that you was just telling, being on 8th and Cecil B. Moore, being back in the community, more people saw us and was like, DeJuan, I just got out, man. I was wondering if we can come down. And we were able to, bring them down today and wrap arms around them. And they're going to be starting today. So that's 3 more brothers, round of applause, that's out of the streets of Philadelphia and have an opportunity, through this foundation, the Mural Arts Restorative Justice Program.
You're like a walking Mural Arts commercial.
Listen,
it's awesome.
What you see is what you got. I don't have to rehearse it. I don't have to record it. This is my life, and I live this every single day. And this is a commitment. You remember when we were in prison? We wasn't in prison together, but do you recall being in prison? And whether you're on the top bunk or the bottom bunk, at one point in your bid, you looked up at either the ceiling or the bottom bunk, and you said, "I'm done."
I said that pretty early on.
right? And then you said, I'm going to do whatever I can do to help people and stop people from coming to prison. So every day when y'all see me getting up and I'm texting you and I'm just checking in with you and making sure, that's my commitment, because there's more individuals like Big Dane, like Andre, that's coming home from 25 years, 10 years, and they need to see what's real so that we can restore real men and real structure into the community. Now, if they get out and they see somebody half-stepping and playing around, then not saying that they're going to do that, but that creates that space to say, well, everything is like it is. But if they get out and they see their main man, who was the king of foolishness, if they see him on the front line of doing something right and there's resources, that increases the probability and the likelihood of men and women not returning home from prison. Jeffrey, I want to thank you. I know I have a lot to say.
You're
I
awesome,
can talk
man.
all night until you snatch this microphone.
I love it.
But programs like the Restorative Justice Program is needed because they're providing real opportunities for men and women that are returning home. And if you can't pay your bills, not a program in the city, nobody's sitting in the seat. Am I right, y'all?
I love it.
All right.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so
You're
much.
awesome. You're doing amazing stuff. We're going to be right back to Looking Forward Show. We are back at Philly Cam, WPPM LP, Philadelphia 106.5. We're live streaming on 6696 at Xfinity, Bios TV 29 and 30. And we're celebrating this week, PPM Fest. So if you want more information, go to ppmfest.org. You can also check out phillycam.org. It's right on the front. You'll be able to get right on and celebrate with us all the great activities that are going on this week. So I'm really excited about our next guest, Damian Brunson. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Welcome. First, welcome home.
Thank you.
Yeah, why don't you tell us, man, a little about Damian Brunson. Where were you born? Where'd you grow up?
West Philly.
West Philly. And how long have you been home?
3 years.
3 years. How long were you down?
25 years, 2 days.
25 years, 2 days. You're not down to the seconds. You know, Dewan's guy, he's got it down to the second, man. He can tell you how long he was in. I get it. So tell me, what's the journey been like since you've been home?
The journey for me has been easy. I had a lot of support. Dewan was always in my corner, even before I came home from prison.
Speak up.
Nice.
I have sisters, brothers, aunts. I just had a big support team in prison and outside prison. So my prison sentence was hard just because I didn't want to be there, and it was a long time. But it was easy because I just had the support. So when I came home, I had the support straight from the drill.
So when was it that you made up when was that point for you? Like Dewan talked about his, when was that point for you where you said, no mas, I'm not coming back. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to figure it all out.
September 13th, 2014, I believe. I was up SCI Green, and I was involved in a riot. I wasn't locked in. So I spent 60 days in the hole, and while I was in the hole, I said to myself that I'm ready to be released in a couple of years, and I didn't want to be the same person I was in jail. So I transformed who I was, and during that time in incarceration, and that's when I said I was done. So when I got out of the hole through the 60 days, I just treated people differently. I expected people to treat me differently. And I changed the way I treated people and expected to be treated by people. So September 13th, 2014 was that day.
So this one of the things, the most challenging things. I was never, we called it the SHU, the special housing unit where we were, but being down and being in that, I think it's probably the most difficult thing to ever possibly explain to anyone unless you've lived it, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a trauma, right? You literally are you and yourself in your head, and that's it, right?
Right.
When you got home, how was the transition? coming back from prison is an adjustment. You know, there's a lot of things changed.
So here's my look on it. 25 years, the average person will say, you crazy, you have something wrong with you. You know, the stereotypes that come with during that time in jail. Like I said, my support team was strong, so I was already on deck with everything that was going on in society. Like I told you, straight from the jail, I went shopping. Let me get behind this vehicle and see if I can still drive. You know, I just jumped right in and let me get out, pump the gas. Let me use that ATM card. You know,
Figure it out.
I was already.
So it wasn't that easy for me though. Like I came home and, you know, 5 years down wasn't 25. And I came home and I walked into Walmart. And I remember going into Walmart. The first thing you see when you go into Walmart today is that food section. Those are foods I hadn't eaten in 5 years. And I'm like, yeah, man, I can't do this. I walked out. I was like, it's overwhelming. I just walked out. And then I went back the next day with my brother. And I said, look, I just want to get T-shirts and a pair of jeans because my clothes were ruined when I was away. And started really slow and kind of build up. And every day just was really intentional about it. How intentional was it, the steps that you took coming home?
Like I said before, I didn't want to be the person I went in when I was 18. I came out, I was 43. So when I went in, I was a kid, right? I understood who I was during the time of incarceration. I didn't want to be, excuse me, that person. So it was like second nature. It was like waking up. This is what you have to do, and you have to be firm and sturdy with your decisions on which one to be coming out. It's just like the one I said, it was easy.
Awesome. So what are you doing now?
I work for the Mural Arts rec crew.
It's the same rec crew that was out on Cecil B over the weekend.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good stuff. So tell us a little about the Mural Arts rec crew and what they do.
What we do is anytime a mural needs to be placed, we'll come through. We'll refurbish the wall or whatever surface that needs to be refurbished. We'll paint it. What am I looking for?
Prime it?
Right. We'll prime it.
There you go. That's my artistic ability right there. Just knowing priming it. Go ahead.
But it's a real great crew. It's really nice when you can come to work and you love and you're comfortable with everybody you work with.
Yeah,
I
really is.
love coming to work because I want to see everybody that I work with every day.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing. There's more smiles in this room. I have to turn the camera around. There's more smiles in this room. And I listen to you talk, listen to Juan talk and share their stories. What advice would you give people young people in particular? We're struggling in our city, in our country, working with young people around the country. What advice are you going to give young people to try and keep them on the right path?
Never sacrifice your character. Bad company destroys good character, meaning you are who you are. You're your own human being. You can't be dictated by others' decisions that they think you should do or opinions others should have of you or what you should do. Never compromise your character for anybody.
I love it. Yeah, it's those are really words to live by. And so I mentioned that we're having a little bit of challenge working with our young people today, and not just young people, it's old people too. I think it's everybody. You know, I hate pointing the finger and saying this is a challenge for our young people in our country. Baloney. This is a challenge for a large part of our community. It's everyone. It's the old, the young, it's everybody coming together in this village trying to fix some of the challenges that we all face, from addiction issues to gun violence and everything else. But I'm curious, like the work that you do every day, you wake up, you're excited about it, you're here. The young people that you work with, as you work with them, what is it that they might need that maybe we're not giving them or we're not helping them we need to understand?
Well, the young people I'm working with, I'm very proud of them because they're motivated. It's the young people in their age brackets that's not here with them. Like, hey, where are you going every day, every morning? And they can come in every day and say, hey, I got a friend here who wants to become a part of the rec crew or Mural Arts, or find out what it is that their friend is doing. The young people that I work with are very motivated and focused. It's the young kids that aren't motivated and focused that we need to reach
I love it. So we are going to, I'm so proud of, well, first, welcome home.
Thank you.
And second, continue up the great work. You're at a great organization. Mural Arts is doing some amazing work in Philadelphia. And again, I think that people just don't know enough. They don't know that the great work that they're doing behind the scenes of the murals and the work that's being done in the community. So congratulations, and we wish you luck going forward. I'm sure there's a lot more to your story coming up ahead.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right, we're going to be back. We're going to be back with some of our are back at the Looking Forward show, and we're good. We're going to fix your headset here. There you go. There you go. We're here with Brittany Holmes. Brittany, how are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah, you're fine. Smiling. Brittany, why don't you tell the audience who you are and a little bit about yourself?
Brittany Holmes from Philadelphia, North Philly / Germantown. Single parent of a 14-year-old boy,
Oh, nice. What's his name?
Kazim.
Kazim. Hi, Kazim. Give him a shout out. You're okay. So tell us a little bit. How in the world did you get to mural arts?
I got the Mural Arts. Interned my son in the positive program by the name of Nomo. Being introduced by a neighbor on my block. So I wanted my son, good start. 14 years old, Philadelphia. We already know how it's going on here. He lost his father already due to gun violence in 2014. I lost the boyfriend in 2016 due to gun violence. I just came home myself, 2 years home. Thank y'all. Blessed for the second chance. Just be a serious case myself. Shout out to my lawyer, Jack McMahon.
Jack.
And I'm just blessed, they had a second chance because always been in a negative light, giving enemies, haters, and just young girls, high hopes of how you can go from negative to positive and just not giving up.
Yeah, it's really hard. It is hard. There are some things that are really hard about this transition. And one of them is being able to provide for your family when you may not be making a fortune, right, and bringing a lot of money in. But those basic needs things that I think we often overlook. There was a woman that I worked with not long ago who wouldn't come to our program, was Looking Forward program through Jeff's, and she wouldn't come to the program, and it was kind of consistent, like about the same time every month she wasn't coming in. And I had talked with her and just didn't understand, why she wasn't coming, what was it, and finally got to the root of it was she couldn't afford feminine products every month, and she was embarrassed and wasn't coming in. And we were able to cure that pretty fast. Like we were able to get some donations and make sure all our offices were stocked. We're stocked with feminine products for women. But unless we dig down and ask those questions, it's really hard. Like diapers for your kids and putting food on the table, big concerns, especially when dad may not be around, right? So tell us, what's your secret sauce? You're home, you're changing your life, you're here in Mural Arts, you're doing some great work. Like, what is it that's driving you?
That 14-year-old boy, like, honestly, I probably would have been gave up. Like, 30 years old, don't smoke, don't drink, and like, he keep me going. Without him, I probably would have been gave up. I'll probably be down kissing somewhere. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, it's those things that motivate people. Your children, they give you. I know I have a daughter, who's 27, and God knows what the world would be like without her, right?
Right.
And you do everything in your power to get right and to do the right thing, make those right choices. So tell me about, you got all your classmates here from Mural Arts, and I know you jumped at the opportunity, but what message do you want to give your family and friends that are out there, people in the community who might be listening?
The message I want to give is, like I said, never give up. Be yourself. Everybody else is taken. Don't worry about the negative, and just always try to be positive about everything. I mean, it's people that's young bars that I was with that's young boom bids upstate that would love to trade in their position for mine. So I'm just happy that I got that second chance. I can't complain. Every day I wake up and something going on, I just try to smile because it can be worse.
It could always be worse. It could always be worse. So I want you to put on your little forecast hat. And 5 years from now, where do you see yourself?
I see myself owning my own mentoring group for young girls, the ages 13 through 19. I'm looking for a better name because I know this name was taking chances. I had the acronym for what I knew it stand for, but like I said, basically mentoring group for younger girls, showing them how it is a change.
You are so going to get there. You're so going to get there. So congratulations. Welcome home. Good luck with your son. And keep it up. Keep it up. It's some amazing stuff. So it can be done. These are the rock stars here at the Look at Mural Arts program. We're going to take a break, and we're going to meet some more people from the Mural Arts program. We'll be right back.
You're watching or listening to The Looking Forward Show on PhillyCan, WPPN LP, Philadelphia, 106.5 FM, or PhillyCan TV. You can also see us live streaming on Xfinity 66 and 966, on Bios TV 29 and 30, on Roku, Apple TV, and Facebook, as well as our YouTube channel. And now, here's your host, Jeffrey Abramowitz.
PhillyCan Power Media Fest, and we're really excited about building community power. There can't get more power than what's in this room right now at Mural Arts, and we've been talking to some incredible people that are doing just great work and bringing it all together. And I'm really excited about our next guest. And in particular, she doesn't know this, but I was walking in the building today, getting ready to set up, and December said, "You know, you going to be on? You going to be on?" I said, "Yeah." She's going to be coming on? She said, "Yeah." And I was like, that smile just got me. I said, "Yeah, she's going to be on today." December Collins, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. You're a little shy. You get that great smile. So tell us, December, tell us about you.
Okay, I like to tell everybody. I mean, people often ask me why my name is December, but I like to tell people why my mom named me my middle name, and it's a blessing. Coming up, it was a little hard. Going through foster care, you know, my mom ended up being on drugs. I mean, eventually things got back together, and we were able to, you know, make things work and provide a better life for ourselves. But, you know, growing up, I still had to take on a lot of responsibility. So, around 2014, 3 days before I graduated college, my mom passed away.
Sorry.
I had to endure so much responsibility that I was not ready for, and it sent me into like turmoil. In 2015, I got locked up. I only did 3 months, but it was a 3 to 23 for drug possession. After that, it's just been a long 7 years. Dealing with domestic violence in a 6.5-year relationship, being introduced to drug addiction. It was just hard. Financial hardships. It's like he took everything from me. So I'm 30 years old.
30 years young. Nobody 30 years old.
And I'm here in Mural Arts now.
I love it. Awesome. Well, welcome to the show. Welcome to the program. Congratulations on so much. So I wanted you threw so many things at us. I got to back up for a little bit. You started something and you said you graduated college.
Yes, I have a bachelor's degree in general science.
That deserves a little bit, doesn't it? Congratulations. Wow. So how was it that you made it through college? Besides a lot of hard work, I'm sure.
I mean, my mom was sick at the time. She had diabetes. I was commuting back and forth. I just knew that school was something I wanted to do. And I was going to go to school and I was going to finish.
You did.
So I did it.
Yeah. So you came back and you've been navigating all these challenges. And these are challenges that unless you've got lived experience and gone through it, I can't even imagine. I can't imagine losing, My mom's still here. Lost my dad last a few years ago, but I can't imagine growing up and having all that responsibility, right? And that challenge. How was it that, and again, we expect so much of our young people that go through the systems and aren't necessarily there to help support them along the way in that journey. What was it for you that was the trigger that said, you know what, I need to find your arts, or I need to find a program that's.
I guess through all the traumatic experiences, even being a victim of gun violence, and I had to change people, places, and things. So I guess around like last year, I would say, I moved into the shelter system, and I got introduced. Somebody told me about an open position, and I didn't really know what it was about yet. I just knew they just gave me a name, Miss Rashida. So I came here, and I just liked what I saw walking in the room. And I don't know, I just
And you're here for life, right? Yeah. So how impactful has the program been for you?
Very impactful. I'm a writer. I use all of my experiences, all of my thoughts, and just everyday life, and I put it down in a book.
I love it. I love it. Could it get published?
Yeah, that's what I'm working on.
Yeah, because you could share some of that wisdom for so many people that are out there, and they could really learn some life lessons from all that you've experienced and all that you've accomplished. So I had the magic fortune wand out a little bit before, but tell us, what's in the future? What would you like to do?
Well, through this program, I also had the opportunity to get certified as a peer specialist. So I just want to take that. Of course, I'm going to publish many books, but I'm going to just take this, and I just want to give back. I just want to help my sisters and my brothers, because I suffer from both sides, and I know how it is for a male and a female living in this world.
Yeah, we've heard a lot about trauma, and people that have gone through the system that have trauma because of whether it's a relationship that's abusive, or addiction support, or even family that sometimes causes trauma in your lifestyle. When I think it's hard for people to really understand out in the community. But if there was something that you'd want people to really know, so that they could understand you a little bit better, and maybe it was something that you wish was available for you when you were going through the system, what would that be? Where should we really be thinking about?
For one, I just say don't let people put you on a pedestal that you don't put yourself on. Another one I came up with the other day: if we learn to control our impulses, if we don't learn to control our impulses, then we'll continue to take losses. Mirror arts, I've been really happy, and so many opportunities has came from this program. So I just say, come to Mirror Arts.
There you go. I love it. I love it. That's thank you so much. Congratulations to you, all you've accomplished, and we look forward to so much more ahead. December Collins, you're amazing, and an inspiration to so many people. So stick with it. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, I don't want you to go anywhere, December. We're going to have everybody come up that's in the room right now, so we can see everybody and give them some space. So we'll be right back at the Looking Forward Show.
You're watching or listening to The Looking Forward Show on PhillyCam, WPPN LP, Philadelphia, 106.5 FM, or PhillyCam TV. You can also see us live streaming on Xfinity 66 and 966, on Bios TV 29 and 30, on Roku, Apple TV, and Facebook, as well as our YouTube channel. And now, here's your host, Jeffrey Abramowitz.
Good. We're back here with all our friends from Euro Arts. There they go. Yeah, slide in, get in. We're all good. So you can push it back a little bit. So we can get everybody on camera there. Just open that lens a little bit. There you go.
last night.
Look at that. Look at that. Oh, there you go. All right, we got almost everybody in there.
Oh, we're missing Britt.
Get it. Here, go.
So this is part of the audience that's been here for the Looking Forward show. If you ever see what's in the
Lean back in.
all right, that's okay.
Right over here.
So I'm curious. So we just we're truly Looking Forward in Philly Camp. We're so blessed to have an opportunity to really drill down into the weeds and to meet everybody. Trey, is it Trey? Trey. So Dre, welcome home. Dre's wave hi, Dre. So Dre's been home for how long? 3 weeks. No. Dre's been home 3 weeks. Congratulations, Dre. So Dre, how'd you get to Liberal Arts?
Well, the water is a child.
Over here.
So,
Awesome.
you know, we came from the mud together.
Got it. So
Came to the ooh.
there you go. So Liberal Arts is doing some amazing work, amazing programming, and they're really impacting so many people and changing the lives of so many people. These are the people behind us, and I'm curious. We can pass the mic around a little bit, but is there anybody have anything that they want to shout out to the community that's watching you right now that you want our community of Philadelphia to know about Liberal Arts program? Anybody? Come on.
I take it. Oh, what's the question?
Anything you want people to know about Liberal Arts program? Yeah, give it to us.
All right, since I don't have a choice. One thing that I want to say in closing about this program is the simple fact that, excuse me, man. One thing I want to say about this program is the simple fact that this is a program that's committed on the betterment of people. This is not a program that's just like a check, like, just go ahead and take that. This is like people are really committed to your growth and development. People are really checking on you. People are really following up and making sure that you become a productive member of society. So if I had it my way, I would look on the Mural Arts website under the Restorative Justice Division. Send us an email, reach out, Instagram, Mural Arts Restorative Justice. Follow Rec Crew Ruby. Please follow Ruby Rec Crew or Rec Crew Ruby. Y'all find it. Send us a DM or request, an email, and get involved. Get out the streets and get involved and get your life turned around.
So we get Mural Arts and the Mural Arts website. If you Google Mural Arts, it's muralarts.org, correct? Yep. Muralarts.org will get you there, and that's where you want to go to find out about all these great programs. One of the other things that you should also know is if you're in Center City, one of the things that I happened upon not too long ago was down at Suburban Station. Right in Suburban Station, Mural Arts has a project down there where you can walk in and they actually will pay you to get involved and do some work during the day. And so if you're looking to spend some time and you want to give back a little bit, maybe make a few dollars here and there, jump downstairs. It's right below Suburban Station. And there's a wonderful program. They're super kind. Every time I'm down there, I stop and walk in.
Color me back.
Color me back. I'm sorry. There you go. Color me back program. So definitely want to check it out. Mural Arts is everywhere in our city. And one of the things you should also think about is making a contribution. If you have the means and the ability, Mural Arts is not just doing art in the city and changing. You can see it's changing lives of people all over the place. And it's also bettering our community. So take the time, make a donation, go spend some time, volunteer. There's so many ways to get involved in the Mural Arts program. You get to see the results of all this. It's really changing our Philadelphia. So we have our Looking Forward program. We'll be back on in another few weeks. I want to give a special thank you to all the Mural Arts staff that are here and all the students that came to join us this week. I also want to remind you that we are at Building Community Power. This is PPM Fest all week, and you can reach PPM and get more information at ppmfest.org or go to the Philly Camp website and check us out there. Again, we're the Looking Forward show is going to be airing on 2 Tuesdays, every other Tuesday at 4 o'clock exactly. So you can hear us on Philly Camp Radio, WPPN LP, 106.5 FM. And a big shout out to everybody here at Mural Arts. Again, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. And we're going to be back in a few weeks with another great show. Looking forward to it. Jeff Abramowitz here, and Looking Forward show. Take care, everybody.
All right.
You've been watching or listening to the Looking Forward Show with Jeffrey Abramowitz. You can listen to us on PhillyCam Radio at WPPM LP Philadelphia 106.5 FM or PhillyCam TV. We're live streamed at Xfinity 66 and 966, Fios TV 29 and 30, Roku, Apple TV, Facebook, or check us out on our YouTube, The Looking Forward Show channel. If you need to reach The Looking Forward Show, you can reach us at lookingforwardshow@gmail.com.